Joining us today, community manager at Infinity Ward, Robert Bowling is here. How are you, Robert?
I'm fantastic, man.
How's your E3 experience so far? I know it's just getting started.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, we kicked it off with the Microsoft press conference yesterday, and that was, I mean, that just, it's all going high speed from there.
Yeah, well, it's great.
Starting high, going higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's only uphill from here. I mean, we have so much to ask about this sequel, but where does Modern Warfare 2 pick up? I mean, single-player-wise, are we playing in the same timeline as the first, or is this after the events of Modern Warfare 1?
Modern Warfare 2 is a direct sequel to Modern Warfare 1, so this story picks up exactly where that one left off. So at the end, you killed Zakiev, that opened the door for Makarov to take power. This guy's just, you know, he's a bad dude. He wants to do bad things, and he's taking it even further. So, I mean, you'll pick up, you'll notice in our gameplay demo, you'll see some familiar faces, or not, because you played as Soap in the first one, and in this one, he's your captain in Task Force 141.
Okay.
You finally know what you look like. Now, right here, obviously we saw some of this at the Microsoft press conference, but it's a snow setting. This is a little bit different than the very arid locales that we had in Modern Warfare. What brings you to the mountains?
I mean, in this mission, you're in the mountain range of Russia because you're trying to get to a crashed satellite to destroy some of the intel so the enemy doesn't get it. So that's what brings you here. But the cool thing about this is, you know, a lot of our fans said they want snow maps, they want bigger maps. I mean, we're bringing all that because locations like this, we have a lot of variety of locations, and this is really cool because it allows us to do things like you see the weather effects, the blizzards, the low visibility, things that add to variety of gameplay in a subtle way.
You guys are really, I mean, it's showing off what the engine is truly capable of. I mean, did you have to make any specific tweaks to it to beef it up for the sequel here?
We have streaming textures now, which in Modern Warfare 1, we did streaming audio, but now we stream everything. So that allows us to do the much bigger environments, bigger worlds, and much more detailed environments. So it's true high res and very detailed in the environments. I mean, we can fill them out. There's no limit for our designers.
And gameplay-wise, you guys transitioned over the multiplayer perks to single player. Is that correct?
Perks, we brought over the attachment system and the customization. So you'll go through single player and you'll notice that the enemy AI will have like a FAMAS with a red dot or an EOTech or all these different weapons. You can't customize your loadout in single player or any of that. But we brought over that, so all the enemies have customized weapons, and they're different, so you're constantly picking out new stuff.
Oh, so it's like me playing on the servers with everybody that's better than me. They've got the cool stuff. I just have to try and kill them for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Now, speaking of weapons, I think what we just saw right there was a weapon that wasn't featured in Call of Duty 4, and it looks like it's useful for all the visual occlusion of the sleet and the snow and everything.
Yeah, the weapon you start out with, it has this cool attachment called a heartbeat sensor. So when you're stealthing through the snow, you can be going through and checking it out when you have it up and see the heartbeat of the guys in the blizzard.
That fantastic weapon.
I know.
Yeah.
Now, what's the type of variety of gameplays? We know there's going to be a variety of locations. We see some jungle in like Game Informer magazine. Are we going to see more of an emphasis on stealth in some areas, or is it still going to be like a lot of the all-in-all out battles from Modern Warfare?
You're going to be seeing a mix of everything. I mean, as you said, we have the contrast location of Rio and the favela going through the slumdog areas, and then you have vastly different snow. So we're continuing that. There's more levels that are just as drastically different as those.
Hard to be stealthy on a snowmobile, though. I mean, we've seen this sequence, and I mean, it's bombastic. Should we expect more gameplay experiences like that throughout the game, or is the snowmobile sort of a one and done?
That plays into our design philosophy of not only spreading it over the whole campaign, of like you're always doing something new, but even in a single mission, you go from your stealthing to your straight up classic action to the more action movie experience of like escaping on a snowmobile, which is just fun.
Now, are these larger levels, does that mean that they're even be less restrictive in terms of how you're going to proceed through them?
Yeah, I mean, we have dynamic AI where, like the Rio level, for example, you'll go in, you have civilians there, which add a whole new element, and you're fighting through there, and you're trying to identify lethal targets and non-lethal targets. The dynamic AI, they're not just popping up at the same time. They're using the environment as they know it. So they're leaping across rooftop. You got that vertical gameplay. You got to fight your way up the mountain. So, I mean, the larger worlds, we can do open pass. Like, it's not just go down this thing, have a set-piece moment. Like, go their way. The dynamic AI is going to counter you how they know how to counter you.
That's great. And about those civilians, I mean, we've seen them in screenshots, and you just confirmed that they're there. As a soldier in this game, are we going to be making moral decisions? Are there going to be, will we have consequences if we just look at the heartbeat sensor and go, okay, it's moving, plug?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about task forces, they have to know the greater good. So, there may be some collateral damage as long as you do the right thing in the end. So you have to go through. It's advised, and you're encouraged to, you know, pick lethal targets. You have to be checking your corner. You have to be checking if they're hostile.
Okay, one quick question. I know you guys are bringing single player here. You're not talking much about multiplayer, but you guys are hard at work on multiplayer as well.
Yes.
Multiplayer is amazing. It's big. I mean, that's a gem we're holding on for later, just for our fans, so we can like blow it up.
Well, let's sparkle the special forces gem here. You got a little co-op gameplay going on?
Yeah,
special maps.
We do have multiplayer and co-op in our special ops mode. So special ops mode is cool because we can take all the great moments in single player that work really well with co-op, bring them out, put them in special ops, and then craft levels specifically for that mode.
All right, and we know that it's coming out on November 9th, correct?
November 10th.
November 10th. It was off by a day. Anyway, thank you so much.
Robert,
what a way to
Thank you,
kick
man.
off the show today.
Really appreciate it. The
Modern
game looks great.
Warfare 2.